gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
All right, I do things a little bit different. I think we're going to have a good time here together, without a doubt. We're going to do some forex. Now, listen, your pencils are going to be moving pretty fast because they're only giving me an hour, all right, to show you what I need to show you. So I got to know a couple of things, all right? Dan says show them what you need to and then give them a chance at the end to get into your trading room, and that's fine. But I got to find out right away where you stand on forex, all right? So if you've got some experience in the forex, I want to hear about it. And if you're brand new, I want to hear that too. How about this? In the chat box, scale of 1 to 5, 1 being first time around, 5 being I've traded the forex, I got an account open, right? And a 3 might be somewhere in between. Which one are you? All right, type that answer in the chat box, and I'll see it pop up on my screen, and that way I know where we're going to be. All right, Robert's a 5, Mark's a 3, John's a 1. All right, Niall's a 1. Let's see what else. Winston's a 5, Kent's a 2. Right, so I got it all over the board. I'll tell you this. Most of you are 1s, and that's perfect. First time around, let's have some fun with this, all right? Because you got to know what you're doing if you want to trade this market. You know what this thing here says? If you don't know what you're doing, you can lose your money, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and give you a formula that you can absolutely learn today, all right? Make sure that my screen is playing. Hold on. There it is. There it is. All right, screen's playing forward. Here's our agenda. I know you're here because you want to make money. All right. I know that most people that come to workshops like this, what are they looking for? Somewhere between $2,000 and $8,000 a month, but they want it to be something they can do consistently, month after month after month. And if that's you, you're absolutely in the right place. And by the time I'm done with you, you're going to flat out know more about making money in the forex market than 99% of the people on this planet. And I'm not going to give this to you as some big secret. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm going to go live in the market. The market's open. I'll show you exactly what's happening. If you don't have an account open, I'll show you how to do that too. So we're going to dot every I. We're going to cross every T. And I'm even going to give you 3 trades front to back. And there's a good reason for that. All right. But at the end of the day, you're going to be able to get started. All right. So an hour from now, I'll tell you exactly how you can do this. I'm not going to teach you everything because I don't have to. All right. I'm not going to teach you everything there is to know because we have to at some point graduate from a quest for knowledge and be able to turn that into some sort of action, all right? I always say you can't learn how to ride a bike by reading about it. You got to get on the darn thing, right? Now, what happened when you were learning how to ride a bike? Mom and Dad were there kind of holding the back of it so that you didn't skin your knee, you didn't fall, but you're excited, and I know you are because you got someplace you want to go, all right? Let me make sure you got this as a skill, all right? A little bit of muscle memory. Pretty soon, I'll just let go of that bicycle seat, and you'll be on your way. You're never going to forget how to do it. All right, I'm coming to you from the Market Traders Institute. You might have heard of our group. In fact, I'm at a 70,000 square foot training and trading facility here in Orlando, Florida. And we've been in the business of training new Forex traders 22 years. All right, we got 30,000 worldwide students, and we get a lot of press. Why? Because we know how to deliver results. They talk about us the same time they talk about Microsoft. Okay, the bottom line is you came looking for results. The rest of it is just conversation. So I'd rather dispense with all of that and just kind of get down to the business of what it is that you're going to need to know. And I learned this market from this guy. That's the Chief. You might have heard of him before, all right? Forex Chief's been on all the major news shows and so forth. Got a lot of the interviews. Why? Because he had success trading this market, okay? And he also got a lot of requests for help from people like you, all right? New people that wanted to learn how to trade. His first thought was, let me write a book. All right, let me tell people how to do this, strategies and so forth. But what he found was happening was this. The people that got the book, all right, it was a best-selling book, were coming back to him saying, can we take a step forward together? Can we take the stuff that you told me, right, and have you show me how to do it, direct, live, hands-on? That's why he created this group. Now, he counts on me to get you started. Dan did a nice job of introducing me. Gang, listen, I've been trading a long time. And my resume, there it is, staring at you. But let me tell you something. I started trading probably in the same place you did. Everybody has to have a starting point. Mine was, I was a clerk, okay? I was on the floor of the American Stock Exchange. That was my first job. Now, it sounds exciting, but actually what I was kind of a gopher for about 7 or 8 of the traders that were in the pits on the floor. Back when we used to use paper and pencil, I'd have to collect their tickets during the course of the day, go over to the metal time clock, give them a time stamp, right? Go get them coffee, pick up their dry cleaning. And for all that glamorous work, they paid me $250 a week. okay? And you and I both know New York City, $250 a week is not a lot of money. All right, I was sharing an apartment with 5 of my buddies, but what were we thinking? We all knew that we wanted the same thing, all right? And we had to be there to go get it, right? We had to kind of get our foot in the door. And there was a day for me that this whole thing changed. And that's the day that a couple of the traders said, hey, you, come over here. We like you, all right? We're going to show you how to do this, okay? That's the day that changed everything for me. I'll never forget my first trade was 100 shares of Netscape. Now, I had the sweaty palms. Why? Well, because I was nervous. I was excited. But you want to know why else I had sweaty palms? It's because 100 shares of Netscape doesn't sound like a whole lot, right? But to me, that was my rent money, okay? I didn't have a lot of room for error in the equation. I wanted to make $1 million. Doesn't everybody, right? But here I was saying, you know, this has got to work, or else I'm going to put my tail between my legs and have to drive back home to Buffalo. And I didn't want to do that, okay? So if you identify with that, good. All right, because I get it. You don't have a lot of room for error, and that's fine, okay? I'm gonna do this in a way that makes sense. It's going to be short on hype because hype is just a waste of time, all right? It's got to be long on substance, and if I can show you a formula, okay, something that's repeatable, something you can do, a set of steps that you can do every day, a developed formula that doesn't just work some of the time, it works every time, well, then this graduates from being a fantasy and into a skill set that you can do. All right, I got to overcome some inertia. What does that mean? Listen, most people that try this trading thing, doesn't matter what market it is, all right, you know what they do? They do 3 trades and they quit. Why? I don't know, they get nervous. Maybe they take a loss. Something happens and they end up quitting, right? They spend a grand total, ready, of 3 hours at this. And they don't get the results, so they just kind of throw the towel. I got to get you past that. All right, I'm going to get you past that today. If I have to grab you by the hand and bring you across that bridge, all right, I got to get you playing with some profit, right? What I call the house's money, because that's when the sun comes out, all right? I don't want you playing with your house's, your rent money, right, your electric bill. I want you trading with a little bit of profit, because once you get there, right, the sky's the limit, and you're probably closer to that than you think. Now, I call this the right market for a reason, because it's the big pile of money. It's the currency market, right? It's $5 trillion a day. So my thinking for you is let's reach into that big pile of money every day, grab out a couple of shekels, and stick them in your account, all right? I'm going to introduce you to some people that you can trade with while you're learning this. You'll learn as you go. You're going to trade as you go, but you find some people that know what they're doing. Right? They're always worth their weight in gold. That's more important than any book or any blog or any website. All right? Little education, I'll give it to you. A couple of tools, I'll put them on your desk. All right? I'll put a team together. The last thing it's going to be is you. All right? You got to show up. Now, what's going to keep you showing up? I already know the answer. It's results. Now, if you're new, how do you get them? You let your team do a little heavy lifting for you. All right? And if you can find that relationship and you have that success out of the gate, gang, we get this all the time. You're going to keep showing up. Chuck was at this for a day. After he learned the formula, made himself $500. Guess what he did the second day? He showed up. It just makes sense. So let me get you to the point where you're sending a note that looks like this, and I'm telling you, it's not going to take very long. Give me an hour. I got the best market there is. First and foremost, go ahead and write this in your notes. All right, and I'm going to keep going. I have to because I have so much to cover with you. All right, this is a leveraged market. It's leveraged at 50 to 1. What's it mean? You don't need a lot of money to make a lot of noise, all right? You got $2,000 in trading capital, beautiful. It's all you'll ever need, right? I'm going to show you how you can start with $200 and still make a whole lot of noise, right? Market's built for your success. It's a liquid market. You can get in or out in 1 second. I'll show you how, right? 24 hours, so it doesn't matter if you're in Mesa, Arizona, or you're in Adelaide, Australia, right? You can trade this market in some spare time. I don't have to turn your life upside down to do this market either. Give me 30 minutes a day to master this. It's going to be right there in your pocket. Upside, awesome. Downside, I got to protect you every time, and I will. All right? And the best part is this is an easy market to understand. So if you gave me a 1, don't worry about it. All right? Because I can turn you into a forex trader in 10 minutes. Watch me do it. Okay? In the stock market, we got 6,000 stocks. Currencies, let's do 6. Okay? Write these down. This is going to be your list. Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian. All right, write that down because 90% of your trading is going to go through these 6 currencies. Are there more? Sure. But we're going to concentrate on these to build your formula. Okay? Now, real quick, anybody that's been traveling already knows mechanically how to trade the forex. What do I mean? Well, if you've been to the airport, right, you've been to a different country, you've been to an exchange booth, okay, and you see exchange rates right there on the little board, right? You see information like this, you already know immediately what to do. You know that you can exchange €1 in this equation for $1.1435 US. And if you know that, you are right there, okay? Because all we're going to be doing as forex traders is trading the movement in the exchange rate. It's going to either go up or down, okay? Now, it's quoted in dollars and cents. That's always familiar. But forex traders, they want to look a little bit further to the right at these last two decimal places. Now, what do we call those? You got dollars and cents. Well, we call these the pips. Write that down. It stands for price interest point. Tiny little fluctuations in the exchange rate. Doesn't look like a lot, right? Hundredth of a dollar, thousandth of a dollar. But to forex traders, those mean everything. Those little movements are what we're looking to capture. We're looking to capture pips. Now, what makes those exchange rates go up or down? It's about strength, right? The euro's strong today on such and such, right? You see that on CNBC. Well, what does it mean? Well, if I got a strong euro, it's going to buy more dollars, which means the exchange rate will reflect that. Let's say you start the day at 114.35, but the euro's strong and it goes up to 114.85, right? Well, that's a difference of 50 pips. There they are, the third and fourth decimal place. Keep going, all right? We're going to trade lots, L-O-T-S. Stock market, you trade shares. Option market, you trade contracts. Currency, we trade lots. What are they worth? Anytime you're buying or selling a currency, okay, you're going to move around a position that's worth $100,000. Now, that's a big number. And in the old days, you used to have to bring that number just to get started. You have to deposit $100,000. Not anymore, okay? Today, you want to trade the currency market, you're going to take advantage of leverage. You're going to open a brokerage account. I'll show you how to do it in just a minute, okay, with a forex broker. You're going to make a deposit. Let's say you put $2,000 in it, okay, just to get started. Well, the broker you work with is going to match that 50 times. That's where the leverage comes from. Well, take a look. You multiply that out. That equals $100,000. There's your lot of currency, and now you're in the game. So you need the broker, okay, to provide you the leverage. The nice part is they'll do it. Now, why do they do it? It's not out of kindness, okay? It's because they collect a little something on every trade that you do, that I do, that anybody does. It's called the spread. It's like a tip, okay, like a toll, like a commission. All right, whatever you want to call it, we call it the spread. Write this down. It's between 1 and 3 pips on every trade that you do. And it depends on the currency. You're trading the euro, for example, it's 1 pip. You're trading the Canadian, it might be 2 pips, okay? You're going to pay that little toll. They're going to give you the leverage, and that gets you in the game. And guess what? Now that you know this stuff that I just told you, you're ready to do your first trade. That quick, I told you you could do this, okay? Let's put it all together. Let's say you're going to do your very first trade. Well, let's pick one from the list. Let's say you're going to do the Australian dollar. You're going to buy one lot of it. Watch what you do. All right, you're going to go to an account that looks an awful lot like this one, okay? You're going to go to an account like this. This will be downloaded on your desk. It's going to show you the different currencies that you can buy or sell. There they are, the euro, the pound, the Australian, the yen, the Canadian. You see them right here, okay? Nice chart on the Australian dollar. Now, where did this come from? I'll show you that too, all right? I opened this account with this group going to their website. This is a forex broker. They happen to be out of Canada. Want to see how easy it is to open an account? You click on open an account right over here, okay? A screen pops up asking you for some basic information. You can open one of these in about 4 minutes. So there's no reason not to do this, okay? Now, that's just one group that happens to work with every country in the world. Are there any others that you can work with? Well, of course, right? Here's a group, FXCM. They're listed on the New York Stock Exchange. You click on open an account. You fill out basic information. Now, what does this say here? Practice account. Let me click on that, all right? You can open an account with any of these groups where you can practice your mechanics without using real money. They'll give you, look down here, $50,000 in play money, right, so that you can learn what the buttons do without getting hurt if you make a mistake. Fill out your basic information, pick your country, all right? You can work with that group. And then there's one more there that's the big dog, right? The biggest one in the game is forex.com. Right? Same situation. You click on open an account, you press a couple of buttons, and you're ready to go. All right, so I've got this one open, and this is the one that you're going to use right now. What did I say? We're going to buy one lot of the Australian. Watch how easy this is. Okay, you're going to come over here to this button that says Australian dollar, and you're going to click where it says buy, and this order ticket pops up. What do? Fill it out. You're going to buy one lot, right? $100,000 worth, and you're going to come down here and click on submit. Now watch this. When you do it, I want you to look right up here. In 1 second or less, okay, you'll be able to buy this currency just by clicking the mouse. So I hit submit, boom, now I'm in the market. All right, down here, what do you see? You see a little triangle that shows where you bought the currency. Okay, up here it shows you that you're in the position, you paid your spread, right, on the currency, and now you're in the game. Okay, so mechanically it's pretty darn easy. You just did it. And if you did a one lot trade, you put $2,000 in it. You got it matched 50 to 1, 100,000. Now, let's say, all right, your trade works out. All right, just as a hypothetical, let's say your trade goes up while you're in at 60 pips. Well, how much do you stand to make? All right, in this case, you see them right there on the third and fourth decimal place. You got 60 pips on one lot. Well, just do the math. How much do you make on this 60 pip move? You make $600. Most important thing you need to know is how much those pips are worth. Well, again, doing some simple math, you can see it. Pips are worth $10. Okay? Now, here's an important point. Some of you heard me say at the beginning, you got $2,000 in trading capital, you're good, but you can trade with $200. Well, how does that work? Because if I don't have $2,000, how am I trading those lots? It's a good question. Here's the answer. Okay? If you're just getting started with this, maybe you're not ready to put $2,000 into an account, and that's fine. All right? Maybe you're ready to dip your toe in the water, learn the mechanics of this thing a little bit. All right? You're going to put in $200. Well, if that's the case, you can't trade lots, but what you're going to trade is something smaller. It's called a mini lot. Write that down. Mini lot. Okay? That's $200. Broker's still going to match it 50 times, but now you're going to be moving around a smaller position. Okay? $10,000, which means what? Well, the pips are a little smaller too. They're going to be worth $1 at a time. But what's the point I'm showing you? No matter who you are, right? Whether you're a 1, a 2, a 3, a 5, right? If you don't have an account open to do this stuff, you can open one free and play around for a little bit. You can open one and trade it with $200. So that means every one of you that's listening, you can absolutely do this. And it's real cool. I'm going to show you how to do it. All right? Opportunity's massive. Because here's what you need to know. All right? You don't need to make all of these things that are staring at you to make serious money in the forex. This is the average opportunity in every currency every day. Now, I showed you 60 pips was worth 600. Right? Just on the euro, it's more than double that every day opportunity. Same thing with the pound and the Australian. All right? You get one of these, you're huge. You get half of one of these, you're still making $600 a day. All right? $3,000 a week, not too shabby. You make 30 pips, you're making $1,500 a week. Okay? 30 pips a day. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Write this one down. Let's walk before we run. Because if I can show you how to trade this market, make yourself 10 pips a day, 10 pips, that's it. Do it in a half an hour. Right? If I can show you how to do that, it's $100 a day, 5 days a week, $500 a week. Added to what you're doing, that makes a difference. Okay? An extra $2,000 a month is 10 pips a day that pays the mortgage and your car payment, maybe the electric bill. And if that's what you can accomplish from this, then I've done my job. All right? If the rest is going to be gravy. All right? A lot of gravy, but let's get the first part done first. All right, and here's what all your trades are going to look like. Let me just keep going. There's so much that I have to cover. All right, I see your questions, and I'm anticipating a lot of them. All right, and at the end, if I don't get to them, we'll do questions at the end. All right, but every trade, none of this is guesswork, none of it. All right, when you get the formula, you're going to understand that every time you do a trade, you're going to follow a plan. Now, Peter says, I was trading with Josh. Who is that? That's a trader here. All right, trader that he works with. What did he do? He did what his trader told him to do, right? He followed the plan. He didn't try to outsmart the system, okay? Now, the simplest plan is right here. He bought his currency. He protected his downside, protected his upside, left it alone. He bought it just like you just did. But then what happened? Well, look, after you buy something, I'm excited too, right? You want to make $1 million. But look down here. All of this is risk. So what do you do to protect yourself? You put a floor under your trade. You set what's called a stop order. That way, if the trade doesn't work out, right, instead of falling off the cliff, you just come down here to your stop, all right, and you're out with a small loss, you move on to the next trade. Now, in this particular case, he risked 10 pips in this trade. And he said, what? I'm willing to do that. All right, so there's no sweaty palms if you got a stop order. Now, what else did he do? The one that most people forget. He set an order above the market also. Why? Well, if we're going to protect our downside, gang, we got to protect our upside too. Nothing worse than a profit showing up and then disappearing because we didn't do this step. So mechanically, you want to remember to set a target or a limit order above the market. That way, if it goes up and it hits your target, that money goes right in your pocket. So now what's left to do? Nothing. What do you mean? What am I going to do? Stare at the screen? I got my order on. I'm protected in both directions, right? I'm not going to stare at the screen the whole time. I can walk away because only one of two things is going to happen. It's going to go up or it's going to go down. Don't drive yourself nuts over this stuff, okay? You sit there and stare at the screen long enough, your spouse is going to whack you on the back of the head. It's not going to be any fun anymore, okay? And what happened in this case? It went up to his limit. He booked $800 and he moved on. All right, now I got a question for you all. I got to check in with you, all right, because I think what I showed you is pretty sensible, but I got to find out what your risk tolerance is. Knowing what you know about the market, just up to right at this point, do you think if you had a mentor trading with you who said, hey, we're going to go trade this and risk 10 pips to make $800, do you think that's a trade you might take? If you would, type a yes. If you're not sure, type not sure. It means you need more information. That's fine. All right, but let me know where you stand on this, so I can keep going. What do you think? Would you take that one, or do you need it, or aren't you sure? Go ahead. Yeah, I'll wait for you. Yeah, for sure, some of you said. Yes, 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 yes. Some of you not sure just yet. Okay, that's fine. All right? Let me just keep going with it so you understand it. But before we do, gang, you got to trade on. All right? And if we're going to do things the right way, you got to do them the right way. All right? We're in this trade right now. We're in the Australian. But look down here below our triangle. All of this is risk. So we got to protect ourselves. So here's what we're going to do. Watch how easy. I click on that order, and I'm going to click over here on the word modify. Once I do, I'm going to first thing, protect my downside. Now, if I'm in at 72.56, I'm going to risk 10 pips, but I don't want to risk more than that. So I'm going to set my stop at 72.46. Now, we're here together for an hour. I don't know, $100 an hour sounds good to me. Let's see if we can make a little more than that. All right, while we're here, we'll set the stop or the take profit just a little bit above the market, and then we'll hit submit. Now watch what happens immediately, and I'll shrink this a little so you can see it. All right, my floor is built. Here's my entry. My floor is built, and here's my target. All right, now if you don't like this distance, right now that looks like a little too much risk. Watch what you can do. You click on it, and you can move that floor around if you want to. You can do this anytime. Okay, you can move the ceiling up a little too if you want, and it's just as simple as clicking the mouse. All right, so if you can handle this part, and look at that, we're up $20. We've been at this for 10 minutes. Okay, that buys lunch, which isn't so bad. Imagine, we're making money by mistake, right? Imagine when you know what the heck you're doing. But all this is what I just showed you. All right, so when you have this on your desk, you'll know where to buy or sell. You'll know when you do, you're going to do one lot at a time. Soon as you buy it, boom, the little triangle appears. All right, you set your stop immediately so you're protected. Then what? Well, if the darn thing goes up, all the decisions become good. What do I mean? Gang, if I can get you into profits, all your decision making becomes good. Every decision you make when you got a profit on the table is a good decision. What do you mean? Well, what can you do if you got $1,700 staring you in the face, all right, that you made in about a day? Well, you can first and foremost raise your stop to at least break even. That way you can't lose money. That's a good decision, right? What else can you do? Well, you can raise that stop about 3/4 of the way, protect about $1,100-1,200, but still give it some room to go up. What else can you do? You can sell the darn thing outright and put $1,700 in your pocket. What I've got to do is get you to the point where all the pressure's off you, all right? That comes from being in profits quickly. And if I can show you that, and show you a way to get there, this was worth every minute of your time, all right? And at the end, after I show this to you, you want to work with our group, I'll give you a shot to do it, all right? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my proprietary software program. It's called Ultimate Charting, Market Traders Institute Ultimate Charting. Go ahead and write that down, all right, because I'm going to get this on your desk today, give you a username and password, let you mess with it for a couple of months. Then you decide if you want to keep it or not. All right, but this is the foundation. All the automated tools that are built in here are the key to the formula that I'm about to show you. All right, now we're looking at the euro. All right, on the 1 month chart. What's up? Keep going. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, just a little word from my internet person telling me that we're okay. All right, we're looking at the 1 month chart. I want to keep this simple as possible. All right, what do you need to do when you're trading? Well, pretty simple. You got to know which direction the market's going, right? Then you got to know when to get in, when to get out. Now, very important. I need you to understand the forex market, okay, does the same things over and over and over again. All right, and these markets develop patterns, and you can see here that the chart is made up of blue and white candlesticks. All right, the blue ones represent the market going down, white ones represent the market going up. Right, and the market moves in waves or patterns. It doesn't ever go straight up or down. Sometimes it's moving up, then it pulls back. Right, then there's a big blast of energy taking it to a nice high price, then it pulls back or retraces right down here, and then it pushes up higher, right? So we can see those waves. That part's easy. What I want to do is this. I want to isolate one of these patterns, all right? I'm going to call it A, B, C, D. Write that down, A, B, C, D, where the market starts down here at a low price. Then it moves up here to this high price. Nice push of energy, taking it higher. But once it gets to B, it sort of runs out of steam, runs out of gas. Right? And what happens? The market pulls back here to letter C before what? All that potential in the market is building up until it moves higher to this letter D. So A, B, C, D. Now here's my question. I need an answer. And listen carefully to the question, all right? Because it's not a trick question, but it is a question nonetheless. If I had a tool, if you had a tool that could measure the energy in the market, okay, from point A to point B, it could measure that energy. Okay, then it could further measure the amount of energy that's building up in the market from point B to point C, so that before the market moved, we knew, because we measured that energy, all right, not just which direction the market was going next, but how high, how far the market was going, okay? Do you think that that tool might be valuable? Let me ask you again. If we had a tool that could measure the energy in the market from A to B, and then again measure the market from B to C, the potential building up, and we could apply that tool in the market before it moved, where it would show us not just which direction, but how high, how far, do you think that tool might be valuable? What do you think? Yes, obviously, right, Winston? Sounds good to me, only if you got it at point A. Wrong, Frank, but wait till you see it. I'm glad you're paying attention, because stay with me on this. There is such a tool, okay? And it's called, some of you might have heard of it, the Fibonacci sequence, okay? The Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci golden ratio. Write down the word, you'll hear it again, Fibonacci. Who the heck is that? Italian mathematician? Am I going to give you a math lesson? No. You can Google this person after we break. But what did he come up with? He came up with a numbering system, a numbering sequence, okay, that actually applies to everything in nature. This numbering sequence can be used, right? It's a mathematical sequence on everything. You can use it to count the number of scales on a fish, the number of petals on a sunflower. We can use it, you've seen the diagram, right, to measure the human body, symmetry, and the length of your arms and legs. All that stuff that exists in nature, right, we can use the Fibonacci sequence to measure it because it applies to everything. And it's all about patterns and energy. Well, the chief figured out, gang, when it came to building a formula, that the forex market's all about patterns and energy. So if we can harness this Fibonacci sequence and apply it here, it's going to give us that edge that we're all looking for. Now watch how this works, how simple it is. I've got a tool built into my program, all right? I'll show you exactly how to do it. All you're going to need to do is know how to draw a couple of lines. Okay, you're going to draw a line from a low price A to a high price B. You're just going to connect the 2 points. What's going to happen is this, automatically, right, this is going to appear on your screen. All right, those are Fibonacci, what I call energy bands. All right, it looks like a stepladder. It's color coded. Now, what is shown here is this. Now, pay attention. All right, if I can identify points A and B, and I can see here where the market kind of takes a break, right, down here to this low price, letter C, and then it makes a U-turn, okay? It makes a U-turn, and it's building up energy. I can tell you where the market's going using this tool, not just which direction, but how far. Because look here, when the market makes its U-turn, watch this, the lowest price right? Letter C lines up exactly with this Fibonacci energy level. Now, I call them trampolines because that's easier to remember, okay? What I know is this, that when the market bounces off of that red trampoline, the next place it's going, it's color-coded, is up here to this red level. It's going to go from red to red. Now, just so you know, if letter C was a little lower, right? If this market had pulled back and it pulled back a little bit lower, let's say the U-turn happened here, right? And you can recognize it. Those candlesticks would be in the shape of the letter U. But instead of lining up with one of the red trampolines, it lined up here with this blue one, okay? What I know is the market would have dipped down lower, so it would bounce a little lower. In fact, it would go from blue to blue. Okay, color-coded, and the same thing here. If it comes down to green, that green trampoline, where's it going? It's going to be going up to green. So red to red, blue to blue, green to green. In this case, what happened? It came down here to this letter C, this red trampoline. Okay, what's going to happen next? It's going up here to this level, this future D. Now, we can't see it yet, okay? But I want you to understand, if this works, okay, and I'll demonstrate it, okay? If this works, what that means to you is this thing you can't see yet represents your profit opportunity. Now, if it's currently priced at 127 and that future D, right, is at 160, right, that means I'm staring at 3,300 pips, which means what? Well, if each pip is worth $10, this move here is going to be worth 33 grand on a $2,000 investment. So even if you don't know what this is yet, that's the kind of conversation you want to be having, right, the kind of thing you need to hear more about, and I'm going to show it to you. Because the fact of the matter is this absolutely did. This is the euro on the 1 month chart, okay? This absolutely did go from that letter C, bounced all the way up to that future D, and the really cool part is it went up to it exactly before what? Before the candles changed color and it ran out of gas, and it started going the other way. Well, how'd you know it was going there? Gang, it's about patterns and energy. Okay, that's where we ended up, and this market does this stuff over and over and over again, not just in the euro, but in all the currencies, okay, and it works in all the time frames. What do you need to know? It's measurable, and it's repeatable, and the best part of all this is it's predictable, all right? So if you captured that, and you want me to keep going, I need you to type the word GO, because we'll go live in the market. I just need to know that you're ready to do that. All right, keep your pencils moving, but you need to tell me that you're ready. Type GO in the chat box if you are. I'm going to get a sip of water, okay? Guys ready? Go with, Mark's like, go with 7 O's. He loves it. All right, I can't slow down, okay? We're going. I'm going to show you the formula. It's ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. It sounds elementary, but it's not easy if you've never done it, and it's pretty easy if you got the mechanics. Let me build a little muscle memory for you. I'm going to my ultimate charting software. I'm going to open up a couple of charts, okay? We're going to work first over here on the left with the euro. I got to show you 3 charts, and I got to do it fast, all right? The 1 month, the 1 day, and the 2 hour. I'm going to put together this formula for you, and I'm going to turn you into a dangerous person, okay? Watch this happen. Here's my euro on the 1 month chart. Okay, you see it right up here. Okay, now I'm going to take you back just for a minute, all the way to June of '95. Because if a formula works or if something works, it doesn't work once in a while. It doesn't work most of the time. It has to work every time or else it's nonsense. Okay, watch what I show you. All right, here you can see, right, the euro during this period was moving to the downside. You can see that here. Right? And now that you're looking at charts a little different, what are you looking for? You're looking for those pushes of energy. Well, we got one here that went from this high price A to this low price B. So what I'm going to do is this. Come up here to this tool that's built into my program. I'm going to click on it. All right? This little pen shows up. I'm going to just come over here and draw a line from A to B. Now watch what happens. My Fibonacci trampolines show up automatically. Okay? Now look at this. I've got a line drawn from A to B. Now what happens here? Well, the market makes a U-turn, right? You can see it. This is a U-turn. And it comes up here to this letter C before what? Before it U-turns again and starts heading in this direction. So what I've done is I've identified my high price from A to B, and I hit C. Now look, A to B to C. Now that lines up right with this red trampoline before we start headed down. Now I can't see the future, but what do I know? Well, if this thing holds water, where am I going? From this point, I'm going from red to red, from red to red, which means my future D is down here at this price, 82.60. Now where am I right this minute? 110, right? This price here is 110. So that's actually a difference of 2,800 pips. 2,800 pips. And if you're trading regular lots, $10 a pip, well, that's $28,000 on a $2,000 investment. Okay? Got to be paying attention to those things that can give us 1,400%, right? Let's see if this works. Because if this shows up exactly like what I just showed you, right, that's going to hold some water. Well, what happens? The market makes a push lower. Now, it doesn't go straight down. It never does, right? But it makes a push lower. And look, it comes down to this low price, right? And then it U-turns again. But I want you to notice something, all right? It came down to this low price. That's our letter D. Now, look where that happens to be, right? It lines up exactly with my trampoline, with my Fibonacci level. Not overshooting it, not coming close. It lined up exactly, and then I had a U-turn. Well, what does that mean? Well, number one, it means that Fibonacci thing looks like it works, and number two, it means if I did one lot of this, I made myself $28,000. Now, the first time I saw this, all I could think was, do it again. Do it again, right? Because if that works, then I'm on to something, okay? And it's something huge. But what happened? Well, it looks like here the market made a U-turn, right? Look, 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 right? Made a U-turn and started another one of those patterns, okay? I got a low price here and a high price here, but then it kind of gave up a little, all right? Well, I'm going to draw my AB right there, okay? Because that's my new energy level. This one is complete, A, B, C, D. Now I got to have a new one. So I draw my lines again. I'm going to draw a line from A to B, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to use my tool again, right? There's the pen. Low price, high price, okay, A to B. Now what happened? Well, the market came down here, right, to this red trampoline, right to it, right down to that, and it looks like it's making a little bit of that U-turn again, right, making that U-turn. Oh, maybe not. Oh, look at this. It came down to green, right? So I still don't have a defined U-turn. I got to wait for that to happen. Now I've got one. You see that? Now I've got one. Well, what's happened? I've dipped down to this level. Lines up exactly with the green trampoline. Lines up exactly, and now we've U-turned. So where am I going? Well, you already know, right? You're going to green, right? Green to green, which is going to be here. Now, what's my price now? It's at 92, right? I'll give you the worst example, worst possible, just to show you what's in here. 92.40 is where I'm at now. Where am I looking to go on the green trampoline? 98.40. Well, how much is that? Well, that's 600 pips, so that's $6,000. I left 28,000 on the table. Maybe I'll be looking to make 6,000 on this move. Or maybe I just need to see it one more time before I jump in on that. Okay, here we go. What happens? The market, again, never goes straight up, right? But it never dips below C. It maintains that upward thrust, okay? Higher highs, higher lows, and where does it go? It goes right where we expected it to go, right? And then it turns over again. Another A, B, C, D fulfilled. Okay, that was worth $6,000, but I don't know, Joe. Give me another one just so I can be sure. All I've got to do, gang, is move my energy forward again. It's the same tool. It's built into the program, all right? I'm going to connect my low price to my high price, my new energy band. What happens? It comes down here to the red trampoline, okay? Comes down here, bounces off of it. Now, where are we going? We're going to this red one, this future D. If I'm at 1 and this is at 114, that's $14,000, okay? Let's go. Where does it go? It fulfills it yet again. So this continues to work over and over. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. If you're getting it, type A, B, C, D in the chat box, and I'll keep going because we're almost there. A, B, C, D. You got to type it so I know that you're keeping up. Robert, I see you. Thanks for the encouragement. Right? A, B, C, D. You with me? Yeah, easy as 1, 2, 3. I can hear it too. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Now look, this continues. All right? And it continues repeatedly. Do you want to see how many times it worked in a row? I got a tool that can show you. All right? All I need, if I'm not good at drawing this stuff yet, if I'm not a big Fibonacci expert, and I need a little bit of help from my software, well, I can certainly find it by doing this. All I got to do is click on this proprietary tool called the Smart Fibonacci. When I click on it, and I just come down to my low price, watch what happens. It fills out the sequences automatically. And the beauty of this is it's proving its worth to you by showing you that this works consecutively every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row. All right, look at this one right here, just for example. All right, I'll show this to you. I'm going to connect my low and my high price, and we'll isolate this one for a second. All right, isolate this one. Okay, look at where we came down to, right into this area, this red area at 118. If you were to tell me, man, it's been going up, I don't know if it's still going to be going up. Well, I got a U-turn here bouncing off a red from 118, and I recognized it at this level, 127. Okay, where did it go? 155. That's another $28,000. Okay, before what? It hits that top level, and then it fails because why? It ran out of universal energy in the market. Man, that's cool. You bet it is. So now I got to show you, now that you see this, how to trade it. All right? And I got to show you what you're going to do when you get this on your desk. First things first, monthly chart. All right? I got to keep going. People are pointing at the time. All right? Monthly is going to be used only to find direction. Now, when I come here, what do I see? I see my trend is going down. All right? So what I need to understand is on uptrends, all right, I'm going to draw from A to B going up. On downtrends, I'm going to draw them going down. And all I need to do again, click on the high point and the low point, and I'll be able to identify where my direction is. Now, what do you see here? We have yet to reach point C and a U-turn. We've got point B and we're bouncing, but we haven't reached any of these bands. So, gang, we're on this leg, which means what? Our monthly direction is up. Monthly direction is up. That's the only thing we need from the monthly chart. So now that you know how to do it, you can do that in a couple of seconds. If that made sense, type up in the chat box. Type up in the chat box. Okay? And don't worry if you're not quite getting it. I'm going to use a couple more examples. But all I need to do is find the current energy band. Here it is. Draw this out automatically and see where I'm at. Okay? You'll learn this by doing it, and you can do it with us. Now, all right, you got it. Okay? Up, 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 up. Good. I'm going to go to my daily chart. Write that down. My one-day chart. What am I using my daily for? To confirm what I found a minute ago. I got to confirm that I'm up. All right? Then I also need to define my opportunity. Now watch how I do it. Real quick. I'm going to draw a trend line. Right? Make sure that I'm in that buy zone. Now watch this. This was a very reliable trend line, gang. Look at this. This trend line was super reliable. In fact, you can see it here. Going back almost 2 years. Anytime this approached the trend line, it acted like a ceiling. It acted like a ceiling, right? Until what? Until we came here and broke through. You see that? It was acting like a perfect ceiling, even right into the last minute, but then we broke through right here. Now, what's that called? It's called a counter trend line break, okay? We've broken the trend line, but it's still valid. What do you mean? Because, look, now the ceiling has become a very reliable floor, a very reliable floor. So the trend line's still valid, okay, and continuous, as it becomes our floor. So what have we done? We've broached over from the sell zone into the buy zone. And we've confirmed, because we're in the buy zone, that we're going up. Now what do? Well, we go back to doing those fibs again. All right, watch this. I'm going to click on my lowest price with my auto fib tool to see where the heck I'm at. What do I notice? Right? This has worked, again, consecutively. A, B, C, D. It went from A to B, came down to red, and went right up to red exactly. Let me say that again. Came down to C, that red trampoline. See it? And then it went right up to that red trampoline exactly before it ran out of gas. But then we're on a new A, B, C, D. Okay? We're on a new A, B, C, D. What happened? It came down here to the blue trampoline. Where did we expect it to go? Gang, it did it again. It went right up to the blue one, right? A, B, C, D again, and then it ran out of gas. So where are we now? We're on this one. And why is the shading green? Because guess what? You've just confirmed that this is the right place, and look what you got here. You got a U-turn. ABC with a U-turn. Where did it happen? It happened at the red trampoline. Where are we going? Well, how about this? We're going here to 121. I'm at 112 right now, right? So what's my dollar opportunity? It's 900 pips. Hold on. From here to here is 900 pips. So that's what? $9,000. Okay? I don't mind being specific because what? If $9,000 is staring you in the face, you got to figure out how to go get some of that. And if it's $900, it's still going to be worth your time because that's both your car payments and the electric bill. So let's go get some of it. All right? What we're going to do is the very last step. We're going to go to the 2-hour chart. We're going to look for something very specific. All right? We got the monthly, we got the daily. Now it's time to go find the right time exactly to buy. Here's what you're going to look for. It's called a 1, 2, 3. Write it in your notes. A 1, 2, 3. Now what does it look like? It looks like this. Okay? The trend we've got is an upward market. We never want to buy at a high. We only ever want to buy at low prices. Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. What's a buy low look like? It's 3 steps. First one, you want to see a strong move down, a strong push of energy to the downside. That's your first step. You can recognize it when you bunch a couple of candles together, just like this, a strong move down. Okay? Then what do you look for? You want the candles to change color. You want them to go from blue to white like they've done here, okay? And you want the white one to peak above the blue one. You want the white one to peak above the one in front of it, okay? That's going to be your step 2. The candles change color, and the white one peaks above the blue. Then your last step is down here. Your last step is down here. This is a study that's been added to the chart. It's called, write it in your notes, please. This is the most important thing. If this is the only thing you get out of this whole day, this is going to make the most difference. It's called the stochastic RSI. Now, how did that get added to the chart? You'll know how to do this when you get it at home. You're going to click over here on this little squiggly box, and this set of indicators, this folder of indicators is going to pop up. Right? There's 100 of them. I don't care. I only want one. I'm going to come down to letter S. I'm going to click on it. Stochastic RSI. Now it appears right here, and there's a couple of boxes on this side I want you to check. Okay? I want you to make sure to click on this one that says overbought. Click. I want you to click on this one that says oversold. Click. Once you do that and click OK, it's added to the bottom of your chart. Squiggly lines and 2 numbers, 80 and 20. What does it all mean? Gang, this measures the buying and selling pressure in the currency. Anytime the squiggly lines are above 80, it's overbought. It's ready to sell. Anytime it's below 20, it's oversold. It's ready to buy. In fact, here, I'll put that here so you have it. Above 80 is my sell zone, right? Below 20 is my buy zone. Well, if I'm a buyer, I need that stochastic, right, to be below 20. And look down here. right? It absolutely is. Guess what? That's my third step. So I'll repeat and take a screenshot. Strong move down. Candle changes color. Peaks above the one in front of it. Stochastic in the buy zone. 1, 2, 3. That's where I buy. Is it really that simple? No, you forgot something. You just bought. What do you have to do? All this is risk. You got to build a stop underneath your trade. Okay? Let's build a stop underneath it. We'll put it at 112.10. All right? What are we going to risk in this case? We're going to risk 20 pips. Now, if you're trading a lot, LOT, you're risking $200. You're trading a mini lot, you're risking 20 bucks. Okay? The price of a scratch-off ticket at 7-Eleven. Now, watch what happens. All right? This setup is going to get you to that profit point faster than any other one you'll ever find, in my opinion, in my experience. Okay? What happens? Right away, we see a push to the upside. Right away, we have that push. In fact, in less than a day, all right, we've moved up to 113. So what does it mean? Well, we're up $800 on our $2,000 investment. And what do we do at this point? You know what I do? I raise my stop to break even, so now I can't lose. I've got $800 staring at me, but you know what? It's going the right way. So I'm going to protect only to my entry point, okay? And then I'm going to let it run. And let's see what happens the second day. All right, now I'm in for a second day, okay? And where am I at this point? I'm at $1,350, so I'm up about $1,000. I don't want to leave that all hanging out there because that's getting pretty close to the rent, okay? So I'm going to protect, let's say, $300 of it, okay? Maybe 40%. You get to decide what you want to do. All right, because once you're in the black, what did I tell you? All the decisions are good ones. Okay? And let it run. And what happens? Well, how about another little push to the upside? Now where are we? Now we're up about $2,000. Okay? Fun's really starting now. What if it goes a little higher than that? Let's be up $2,500. You know, I got to pay the mortgage. All right, so that's going to raise my stop to this point. Okay? And the rest, as far as I'm concerned, is gravy. Now, how high does this thing go? This thing actually peaked, gang, at about 1,600, okay, or 1,1600, which means this move off of this silly little setup, right, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days was worth what? $4,000. All right. Now, if you got half of that, you made $2,000. If you got a tenth of it, you still made $400. Right, and that matches what it was you were hoping to make out of this thing anyway for the week, right? Regardless, if you understand this setup, you're cooking with oil, all right? Because once you see this trade, all you need to do is look for another one of those setups. And does it repeat itself? You bet it does. Well, what about that one? Does that one look any good? I got a strong move down, right? And then the candles changed color. Yes, they did. But look down here. The stochastics aren't right. They're up here in the middle area. So this is not a good trade, okay? I'm not here to tell you not to take it, but I didn't see a whole lot of potential in that one. We're going to wait for the strong move down, right? We're going to wait for the candles to change color. Let me go ahead and blow this up so you can see it, all right? I'm going to wait for the best setups. I'm not going to shoehorn anything. And what ends up happening? They show. Because what do I have here? Strong move down. Candle changes color, stochastic in the buy zone, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this was last week, so don't think that this is ancient. All right, and look, this trade again offered an opportunity. Now it pushed a little bit, right? It pushed up here about 30 pips in about a day, $300, not bad. Then it tailed and it pushed again. Didn't look like it went very far. So what do I see here? I see that this thing might be running out of gas a little bit, right? It's topping out. Right, gives it one more chance for a move. I don't know. I'm going to play a tight stop with that one, and look what happens. It kind of fades a little. You're going to learn how to do that, managing your trades. Okay, that's all part of it too, and you know that. And the cool part of it is that's actually built into here. Watch this. If you want to take your trading to the next level, all the stuff I'm saying, and I know I'm going fast, all right, but built into the program with just one click of the mouse is a review of everything I'm showing you. Look at this. I'm going to click on it right here. And it's going to bring this up. This is what we call the online university. It's built into the software, so this comes with it. All right, what's the forex? You already did that. The ceilings and the floors, I did that with you. The Fibonacci's, A, B, C, D, I showed you that. So you're deep into this now, all right? Uptrends, downtrends, I'm showing you those as we go. Equity management, that's what we're talking about, all right? Everything I'm showing you is a formula, okay? It's all steps, there's no secrets, okay? What did you do today? The same thing you did yesterday. Guess what I did today? The same thing I did yesterday. I just follow this formula. I had to learn it, but this is how I do my stuff. All right, and this is why I'm excited about it, because I know how to. I know what the results are. I'm excited for you if you're going to try it, because look, it can't be an accident. All right, if it works every time, it can't be an accident. The next time you see, right, a 1, 2, 3, that it shows up just like I showed you, right? And what happens? Another profit opportunity, right? It can't be an accident if that keeps happening. Happened again, 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row, and now look, this one was from yesterday. This one's happening right now, 6 times in a row. All right? If you got this, ABC 1, 2, 3, type it in the chat box. And if you want me to do one more, type that. But if you follow this, type ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3 if you got it. Or if you want me to do one more, I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, Mark's my boy. He goes, actually 3 times is the charm. All right, I'll give you 3. Here, Australian U.S. Australia, U.S. 1 month chart. All I did was look for my current energy band. I've got an A and a B, and I drew it right here. All right, I'll show you how to do it. Click A to B. A, low price. B, high price. My bands showed up. All right, where did we come down to? Right to the blue trampoline. Now, we're U-turning. Where are we headed? 123. So that's a pretty big difference. That's about $45,000 from C to D. Now I'm paying attention. What's my direction? Up. Simple. Go to the 1 day. What do I see? I've drawn my trend line. It used to be a ceiling. It used to be a ceiling, but then we broke through, and now it's a floor. I came right over here. I'll show you how. Hold on. And I use my auto Fibonacci tool. Okay? It fills it out automatically. And where am I? A, B, right? Come down to C, the red trampoline. So if I go from red to red, from 72 to 80, well, is it 80? It's 79.75. So that's 700 pips. This is $7,000. And guess what I did? I confirmed my upward direction. So I'm confirmed, and this is what I stand to make on the daily chart. It's even green to help me out, and guess what? It's U-turning right now. So what do? I come over to my 2-hour chart, and I'm only looking for one thing, a 1, 2, 3 buy. And look what I've got. Let me make sure. I'm going to add this to my chart. I'm going to come down here to stochastic. I'm going to make sure to click on the right buttons. Hold on. Make sure to click on overbought, oversold, and click. It's added right here. There's my squigglies, right? This one, gang, is happening now. 1, 2, 3. 1, strong move down. 2, change. 3. And look where we are. Okay? A little bit of a push to the upside. I'm in it. I got this one actually on my account that's on my iPhone because this happened just before I came on with you, so I bought it. All right? But it can't be a mistake if it works over and over and over again. It can't be a mistake if the last time it occurred right here, okay? Strong move down, change of color, peaking out, stochastic in the buy zone from 71.70 up to 7,300. This is $1,300. All right? That's $1,300. Okay? And I hate to tell you, but it keeps working. And it's every currency. All right? So don't anybody tell me I don't know how to make money. Don't anybody tell me I don't have enough to get started. You got 200 bucks, you can do this. You got 2,000, it's all you'll ever need. Okay? And then you leverage it. How quick can you do an analysis? Well, look, I got the pound New Zealand on the 1 month. All right, now it's familiar. What am I looking for? Direction. What do I have? I got a U-turn. It's happening now. Okay? Pound New Zealand. Direction's up. What do I do next? I go to my day chart. I draw, make sure, right, that those fibs are working and so forth. The old ceiling becomes the new floor, A, B, C, D. Look what's happening. On my day chart, I'm pushing down. And it looks like I'm pushing down to this trampoline. So I'm not yet sure where, okay, the U-turn's going to be. So guess what? No trade yet. I'm paying attention because if this sucker bounces off of this one, at 210 and we head to 223, that'll be worth 13 grand. But it's not there yet. So guess what? I'm not trading this one. I made that decision in a few seconds. Last one, pound yen. Somebody start the clock. I can do this in 30 seconds and you'll be able to also. Okay? Does it work? A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. For you non-believers, it works every time. Then when it flips over, A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Right? All I need to do is find my low price. The fibs are drawn. A, B, C, we're U-turning. I'm paying attention because this is going up off the blue trampoline. Monthly direction is up. Go to the daily. Resistance, support. Sell zone, buy zone. Confirmed, upside. Bouncing off of the trend line, current AB. C was blue. Hold on, I'll get it right. Got to line it up. It came right down to blue. From 153 to 165 is 1,200 pips. That's $12,000. Let's go get some of it. What are we going to do? We're going to come to our 2 hour and we're going to look for a 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. Does it work? 5 grand. Does it work the next time it shows up? Yep. The next time. Yep. The next time. You got it. All right. And here's the cool part. You don't have to be there for all this. You don't have to stare at the screen waiting for a 1, 2, 3. You can do 2 things. You can set an alarm where it sends you a note that says, hey, your setup's happening. And it'll drop a note on your iPhone that tells you, hey, guess what? We got us a 1, 2, 3. Hold on. I want to make sure that one's happening because I did this one too. That's why I'm showing it to you. There it is. All right? Happening. Or you can come trade with us every day where we look for this stuff for you. If you've got this, gang, you've got to give yourself a chance to do it. If you've got this, I'm going to put this on your desk. You'll learn how to use it. All right? ABC 1, 2, 3. I'll get it on your desk today. The university's built in. I'll get your username and password. Normally this thing's $249 a month. I'll let you use it for a couple of months for free. Member of this group, you get all that stuff. All right? Here's what'll happen. When we break, we'll just get in touch. All right? What I need you to do if you're saying, I want to do that, is give us a way to get in touch with you. After we break, we'll take a few minutes, dot I's and cross T's, and put what you need on your desk, all right? Get your questions answered, get you set up for a quick 2-day training class so that you can go through this a couple more times. Make sure you have it as a skill, not knowledge. Knowledge is conversation. Skill is an action thing that you can use. And that's when we get to number 6 and we go kick some tail, all right? We practice. We trade, you get that mentorship, make sure you got your stuff dialed in, you practice a little more, and you're ready to go. It's all about just doing it, all right, taking a step forward. Getting on the team takes 5 or 10 minutes, all right? What'll happen is this. You give us a good way to reach you. Just put a good number where we can reach you after we break in the little chat box, all right? It'll take 5 or 10 minutes. We'll go through that part, and we'll get you to download the software. The next scheduled live event, live training class, is going to be June 3rd and 4th. Now, we hold it in Orlando, but we also hold it in this environment, so you can be in Idaho, or you can be in Calgary, or you can be wherever you are and attend it. All right, we'll do it in this kind of environment. It's dynamic, it's exciting. I can't stress it enough. All right, because it's live. Market's open, we trade it. Okay, you get an account open and you're ready to rock. I'll get you in with the boss, right, for 4 weeks, because the way we believe in doing things here is if we built this whole environment, if we built this whole organization on that formula, right, 22 years worth, if you get here to learn it, you're going to learn it from the top dog. So I'll get you into a trading room with the chief for 4 weeks, all right, and then you can trade with us, myself, Jose, Josh, Tyson. You can trade with us every day. We all do the same thing. We do the formula. And the best part of it is I'll give you 60 days to prove if you can do it or not. I'll give you a chance to kind of dry run it before you have to make any kind of final decision. And that's really a fair way to do it. Some people give you the 10 days, some give you the 15 or 30. We say this: come work with us for 60 days. All right, we'll give you the tools and the formula. You're going to learn this. You'll have it like the back of your hand. All right, after 60 days, when you got some results, right, something tangible staring at you, that's when you make a final decision on whether you want to keep this stuff or not. Okay, so the last question you have, and I can wrap this up with you, is how much is it? Let me tell you how much, all right? And there's a couple of different ways to get started. You just decide which one's best for you. But let me get through it, all right? Because I can make it A, easy, and B, I can save you a ton of money. All right, let me just get to the end of it. If you go to my website, write it down, markettraders.com, you'll see that all the items that I've talked about today are listed on the website individually. Right? There's a value next to each one. Why? Because each one of them is valuable. There's no doubt about it. It's awesome. Okay? When you add up the value for each of those items individually, what are you talking about? You're talking about a $15,000, $16,000 program. Now, for those of you that already did the math in your head, you're saying, well, that looks like a couple months trading that pound yen. Good for you for thinking that way, because you're thinking return on investment, and I like that. But like I said, hang with me because I can save you some money. A couple of ways to do it. One, know this: on my website, 7 days a week. You don't have to do this today. You can do this anytime. You can go to markettraders.com and you'll find, right, what we call the Ultimate Traders Package, which is all of those items bundled together. Okay? And when you bundle something, what happens? It's just efficient, right? It's just a way for everybody to save time, save some money, and that carries through here. You can go to my website anytime. MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover, and you can get the bundle. And it's not $16,000, it's about half of that. All right? But here at the workshop, here at this event, we're doing things different because we want to help you get started, number one. But number two, we want to give you full value for this time. All right? Just by hanging with me today and learning this, you're ready to hit the ground running. Absolutely. I already know that, all right? And because you spent this time, we want to give you value for it. So here's what we do. Immediately, we take $2,000 off of the website price of the program, meaning you can get started for a one-time, all right, lifetime investment of $5,995. Now, the two ways to do this, let me just explain them to you, all right? We got what we call option A and option B. Just decide which one is simplest for you. Majority of our students do what I call option A. All right, they take advantage of that $2,000 savings. They pay it in full, right? MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover is fine, right? It's $59.95, and it comes with a 60-day guarantee. All right, there's a couple of bonuses that I'm going to add to that one as well. Just hang with me so I can spell them out. But option B is a financing option. All right, if you're saying, hey, I don't know if I can fit, $59.95 on my Visa card, it's okay. All right, with option B, you get to get your foot in the door. You just put down a little bit, right? 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is, and we'll go ahead and let you spread out the rest of it in a way that's comfortable for you. All right, we'll set up a payment plan, pay as you go, just something that's affordable and comfortable. Well, how much are the monthly payments? You're going to decide, all right? When you get one of my education specialists on the phone, they're going to come up with something that absolutely fits. If it doesn't, we wouldn't expect you to start in the first place, right? But either way you do this, okay, and it's an interest-free situation, I got to tell you that part too. Either way you do this, you get a 60-day warranty, and here's exactly how that works, and it's in writing, okay, and you'll get a copy of this before you make any commitments. But what this says is we're going to give you 60 full days, all right, not just to download the program, but learn how to use it, not just to get the formula, but learn the formula, not just to know the formula, but trade the formula, and you got 60 days to do it. And at the end of that time, Okay, this is going to be a real simple decision. It's going to go one of two ways. If you got results, all right, you're going to keep the program. That just makes sense. Okay, but if at the end of this, listen, if you just decide for whatever reason this isn't your cup of tea, okay, it's okay. All we'll ask you to do is give us back the stuff. All right, and we will refund every penny that you paid for the program just for giving this a try. All right, your downside here is zero. Your upside is phenomenal. At the very least, you're going to get a full forex education out of this thing. All right, and you're really going to be putting us on the spot because we got 60 days to deliver. So with that in mind, if you already put in your number, I need you just to tell me, are you an option A or an option B? All right, option A, you want to take the discount, go ahead and put that there. Option B, right, you need a little, oh, wow, look at that. All right, Tom, Mauricio, Steven, Aaron, great. I have you down as A's. That's perfect the way you did it. All right, Javier, I have you as an A. Michael, James, Aaron, Phil, trader number 7, I love it. Lisa, Janice, good. I have you as a B. All right, perfect. That's exactly what I need you to do, all right? And congratulations to those of you that are getting started. I'm just excited that you're going to be a part of this because I know what this is, all right? And the best thing for you to do, because I can get excited about it all I want. I can show it to you over and over. But the best thing to do is give yourself a chance at this, gang, all right? Because it's staring right at you. And at the end of the day, who are you going to trust more? Right? You're going to trust yourself, what you see. You'll have that download link. You'll be able to see it. I want you to be my next success story. The tools are right in front of you. All right? Let me get you to a class where you have this thing in your pocket. You're going to be a dangerous person. All right? June 3rd and 4th. That's this week. Can you make it? Well, come on. Let's do it. If you can't make it, we'll give you another date. You're a member of this team. You can come to those as many times as you want. First 60 days, do it once. Then come again, bring your spouse. Then come again, bring your brother-in-law. Bring your trading partner. Let them learn this too. All right, I'm giving you the tools for success. As a matter of fact, all right, option A and B, you're going to get charting for 6 months. All right, but how about this as a little bit of a way to get you started? You enroll today, right? Option A, I'm going to double the value of your software because normally it's $249 a month. All right, but I'm going to give it to you for a full year. I'm going to plan for your success. So you don't have to worry about nickels and dimes while you're learning how to do this. All right, I'm going to give you $3,000 worth of value just in the software. All right, you learn how to use that, and the rest of this stuff is gravy. All right, when it comes time to trading with us, right, you're going to be able to do that. And let me just give you some results because everybody wants them. All right, everybody wants track record. Here's what you need to know. Some of you already know who this is, Josh Martinez. All right, that's a trader you're going to be working with. You know about the success of his leveling course. He's averaging 1,000 pips a week. Now, if you're a standard lot trader, that's $10,000. Okay, if you're a mini lot trader, it's $1,000. Okay, do the math yourself. But his win rate is ridiculous. His drawdown is almost nil. And you're going to see how to do this live, 22 sessions in your first 60 days. And it's going to start this Friday morning. So if you're committed to doing this, I want you to reserve the time. Give me a half an hour Friday morning because non-farms is like Christmas, okay? And my more sophisticated traders, you already know. This is an event that comes up once a month, that announcement from the U.S. Labor Department. It moves all those U.S. dollar currencies. It gives us a chance to make serious money. And when you want to see serious money being made, all you need to do, gang, is this. Go to Josh's Facebook page because this is absolutely public. Hold on a minute and I'll show it to you. All right, FA. And I want you to become friends with this cat so you can do that. All right, but look at this. This is his Facebook page. And the fact is, right, starting yesterday, right, had an amazing week. These are people that trade with us, 200 pips, 500 pips, 700 pips. This is unbelievable. All right, Josh, thank you for working this out with me. I made 700 pips over 9 trades. All right, let's keep going. Ferdinand, all right, has a huge win rate, 700 pips. All right, thanks for the strategy. Appreciate it. All right, over and over again, 3,300 pips. And it's just the formula. It's nothing different than I showed you. This is great. I'm making money. Let's go make it together. Here's another one, 500 pips or more. 400 pips, 700 pips. If it's repeatable, gang, you got to do it. If it's duplicable, you got to do it. If it's something that's measurable and that thing works over and over, you just got to do it. There's $5 trillion a day. sitting there waiting for us. I go get some. I do the same thing today I did yesterday, and I take a break to talk to you. You just got to decide to try it, all right? And you want that bonus, I'll give you the chief. I'll give you 4 weeks with him, all right, whether you're an A or a B. So the fact is, here's the last opportunity, all right? $59.95, your option A. I'm going to give you 12 months of charts. You want to finance it? I'll give you that nice website discount, right? You get that bundle price. I'll still give you 6 months of charts and no interest. And you just have to take action to decide which one you are. Now, 3 of you have already said, is there another option? All right, I got 90 seconds, so I'm going to give you 90 seconds on this one. All right? You don't want to wait. You can call. I'll save you $500. Put that in your account. Now you're trading some mini lots. But for the rest of you who are bugged out about the money, hold on. Don't you dare give up on yourself. Don't you dare look at this and say maybe later. All right? It's happening now. Right? Stop thinking that it's going to come later. The money bag's going to fall from the sky. You got to be able to do it and take a step forward. And I'll protect you the whole time. All right? I'll protect you with a 60-day warranty. But for those of you who are saying, I can do that, I'm bugged out about the money part. All right? All that what you said made sense. It's education, it's tools, it's training, it's guaranteed. Well, how about this? I'll give you 90 seconds and I'm done to react to this last thing. Because here's what I know. You can do it. Here's what else I know. We can teach it to you and trade with you. All right? We've been doing it 22 years. And I know that you're going to put your little phone number in the chat box, especially if I can get this thing for you for free. And if the money part's the only thing that's bugging you, if I can just take it off the table, will you give yourself a chance to do this, for God's sake? Because if you would, you got to do it now. All right, you got to type the phone number in the box so we can reach out to you. All right, we'll get your questions answered. What's your first one going to be? How do I get it for free? Fine. Type free next to your name. Now, is that right? A minute ago it was $6,000. Now it's free. Listen, there's always a way to do something if you want it badly enough. And every single person that ever got involved in this group came to a webinar. They saw that thing. They said, that's a formula that repeats itself. I'm going to give myself a chance. They were either an A or a B, or in this case, they were a free. But that's how everybody got started. Some of the best traders I got started out by typing their number and putting the word free next to it. So if that's you, just do it. If that's you, let's have a conversation, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 conversation. I know what it is, gang. You want to make some freaking money. You want to add it to what you're doing. You want a little bit of time to relax, a little bit of breathing room. So did I. And if it doesn't make sense, you're not going to do it. You're too smart for hype. You're too smart for nonsense. All right? You're going to be able to sink your teeth into this, and then people are going to ask you about it. You know what you're going to do? You're going to send them to us too, because that's going to get us in Inc. magazine again next year. So with that, I got to wrap it up. Got to move on to the next presenter. Dan, this was awesome. It was an awesome group, awesome feedback. If you have me again, I'll show it. All right, because I have a lot of fun with it, and I know what it is, and I know you guys do too. So that makes it super valuable. Okay, can't stress it enough, guys. Give yourself a chance. Let's get over the inertia of the nerves, over the inertia of those first couple of trades. Because if I can get you into profit, the sky's the limit. All right, all the best to you, and I'll see you guys again. Take care.